Morning.
Morning. What time did you get in last night?
About 11:30.
That's funny. I waited up till after midnight. I didn't see you.
Well, 12:30 then. Well, I don't know. Anyway, what were you doing waiting up for me?
Gail came round, Bryan.
Round here?
Yes, I asked her to. And she's told me what you've said to her about wanting to get rid of the baby.
Has she?
How could you, Bryan? Look, I know things must seem terrible to you now, but you're not making them any better by flying it face of nature.
I'm not asking her to get rid of any baby.
She says you want
I'm asking her to have an abortion. It's not the same thing.
Oh?
Well, it might be for you.
It is.
Is it? Well, not for me and millions of other folk who live in this country.
More's the pity, Bryan.
Ma'am, I don't want to talk about it, all right? Because we'll only fall out. Why Gail told you in the first place, I don't know. Honest, I don't. Let's just leave it, shall we?
Well, it's changed, Audrey. I mean, at one time she'd talk about anything, you know, anything that came into her head. Now it's one thing and one thing only.
Bryan and Gail, you mean?
It's become an obsession with her, Tal.
She's bound to worry, though, isn't she? Her own daughter.
Oh, yeah, I'm not complaining, like. You know, it's just that I wonder where it's all going.
Hey up, stand by your bed.
You what?
You've got royalty coming, that's what. Well, nearly she'll get to it round here.
What's she talking about?
Search me, but I better leave you to it. I'm not dressed to receive royalty. Bye.
Ta-da, love.
Hello.
Oh, it's you two.
Why? Who are you expecting?
Oh, never mind, love. Don't worry about it.
Give us a packet of those mints, will you, Alf? And put it on the wife's bill, OK?
Well, I will if she says it's all right.
She better. Seen the Rovers.
That one.
Right.
You know, it's true what they say. Behind every great man, there's a little woman doing the shopping.
Oh, well, this one won't be behind him for long, that's for sure. I know that's what he'd like. Little wifey tucked up at home, making everything nice and cosy for him to come back to. But it's not my idea of married life. So we might as well make the most of it while he can, eh? Oh, morning.
Got your watch on, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Go on, what time does it say?
Nearly 20 past.
Oh, so I'm in my own time then. I'm entitled to be here. Just in case you thought about running back to your husband again and telling tales. OK.
That your lot?
All I've got time for now. Don't want to be late, do I? Not with Baldwin's spies everywhere. Do you know you could be miles away from that factory? Wouldn't make any difference. You'd still have somebody casting a beady little eye out for you.
Oh, I think I've seen him. Man in a dirty raincoat.
Young woman, more like. Are you not catch her wearing out dirty? Or getting her hands dirty, come to that?
Well, I'll just say this, Bryan.
No!
Yes, I will, and you will blooming well listen. I won't be gagged in my own house by you or anybody else. You know what I think about Gail's carryings on. She's done wrong by you and wrong by your marriage vows. But what you're asking her to do, Bryan, would be an even bigger wrong.
So you think?
I do, yes, and I'm not the only one, am I? Gail thinks the same, doesn't she? I mean, it were obvious that just from talking to her.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Well, OK. What do you expect me to do now?
Well, they say time's a great healer, love, don't they?
How much time, eh? 5 months? Because that's not going to heal anything.
Oh, love, it's a bit off that, isn't it? You know what they say, that sometimes if you let things lie, they've got a way of sorting themselves out.
No.
Bryan, I know you're anxious, love, but please, give it time.
Ma'am, I've given it long enough already.
Well, I don't see what else there is to be done right now. Unless if I don't get off to work, I'll have Baldwin looking for me. You'll be all right, won't you?
Yeah.
So you haven't had any second thoughts, then?
No.
I don't mean about going away. I mean where we're going to.
Oh, no.
So it's what we agreed last night?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll go and book.
Look, is it because I'm a woman you're expecting me to change my mind? Or is there something shifty and unreliable about me personally?
Neither. I just wanted to make sure, that's all.
Oh.
Me again.
Hello, love.
I wonder if you could just...
Oh, I dare say. What is it this time? Ones?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
You want to train them customers of yours?
I think they use all the spare change for parking meters. Oh, going away again, are we?
Oh, it's just a weekend break sort of thing, you know. A few days away before winter sets in.
Oh, well. Very nice. Hope you enjoy yourselves.
Well, it won't be for one to try, and if we don't, will it?
Aye.
Bye.
Bye, love.
Bye now. Is she still parted from her husband?
As far as I know, yes.
Do you know why?
Now, that I don't know. And what's unusual for round here, them that do know are keeping their mouths shut about it.
I mean, my husband works in a pub, right?
Yeah.
He'd live there given half the chance.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go in there expecting free drinks, would I? And it's just same as that.
What's she on about?
I haven't a clue.
It's just same as Madam Baldwin thinking that just because her husband owns this factory, she's got some sort of power over us that work in it.
Oh, I see.
Then I wouldn't have minded. Well, if she'd have called me to my face, it's sneaky way she goes about things that I can't stand. Look, what would you think if Baldwin's missus, well, were telling tales about you?
What sort of tales?
Like she'd seen you out driving your car when your clock card said you should be in here.
I think she were balmy. I haven't got a car, and I couldn't drive it to end of street if I had.
Oh, aye. Well, you wouldn't like it. She's causing bother for you.
I'm sorry, Vera, but as far as I can see, you've only yourself to blame for skiving off in first place.
True. Yeah, but look, if you'd have seen me, well, you'd have called me to my face, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have gone whispering to Baldwin behind my back.
She's not married to him.
I don't know. It's like we're all being spied on, and none of us is safe.
And I don't know, Vera. Anyhow, I thought it were all over. He said whatever he had to say, didn't he?
Look, it's the principle of the thing. All right, then. Let's see who she takes a list like to next time, then, eh? And then see if you think it matters or not.
Right, well, I'll be out most of the afternoon. If anyone wants me, ask them to call back about, well, after 4.
Right.
What's that Vera chunnering on about in there, eh? Every time I look up, I see a big gob going like the clappers.
Oh, well, you know Vera.
Yeah, I do. That's why I lay a pound to a penny. I bet she's telling everyone what a mean and nasty, degenerate sort of boss I am for giving her a rollicking yesterday.
Shouldn't be at all surprised.
No. Well, do us a favour, will you?
What?
If she starts on at you, tell her she's right.
Right?
Yeah. I am a mean, nasty, degenerate sort of a boss. And if she tries to stir things, I'll get even meaner and nastier than I was.
Just an orange juice, please.
Yeah, sure.
You like this better than cleaning, then?
Oh, I like out better than cleaning. Are you working?
No, I'm sort of between jobs at the moment.
Oh, you're on the dole, are you?
Well, no, not really, no.
Well, I don't suppose you need dole with an husband like yours, do you? Don't suppose you need a job either.
You know, Sally, sometimes you can need a job for other reasons apart from money.
Yeah, only if you've got money in first place, though.
How much is that?
40, please.
You've not had your dinner yet, have you, Jacko?
No, what?
Here, have one of these on the house.
What's up with it?
No, it's a championship-winning pie, is that? In tip-top condition, which is more than you can say for yourself, so you've no cause to look down your nose at it.
Get away. I know what you're after. You're after using me like them kings used to use people for tasting the food, see if it were poisoned. You want me to take a bite of this, then you're going to sit there and watch me see if I fall over.
I'll pick you up again if you do.
Oh, no, I value my health too much for that kind of caper.
Coward.
Sometimes us cowards live a bit longer.
They have been around a while, one or two of those pies.
Yeah, well, I'll get Hilda to give him a good dusting.
Listen, I'll try the catering for you if you want, you know, but...
I know. With looks like yours to rely on. You've never bothered learning to cook, I'm the same.
Have you thought about...
Betty?
Yeah.
No, the older them pies get, I think about her more and more.
Well, do you think she'd want to come back?
I don't know. I'm not even sure where she is, to tell you the truth. She's probably gone swanning off to their gardens again. So he'll be eating well, even if we aren't.
Yes, ladies.
3 lagers, love, please. Away up. Watch what you're saying.
Why?
This place is bugged, you know. Every word gets back to Baldwin.
Your one wants to watch what she's saying.
It's dinner time, all right. 12:30 to 1:30.
Leave her alone.
Look, have you got something you want to say to me?
Me? No, why should I?
Well, then, do you think you can stop all your sarcastic comments?
Sarcastic, mate? When have I ever been sarcastic, eh?
You never know tells.
No, I were only telling you what time it was, in case you were thinking about running back to your husband, telling tales about us.
I haven't been telling tales about anybody.
Oh, well, I suppose that's what we are. We are anybody. I mean, as far as you're concerned, I suppose we're just little nobodies. You know, that spend his days grafting so that you can afford to put on your airs and graces. Boss's wife. Well, you'll not catch me bowing and scraping lady no matter how hard you try.
Vera!
Leave the lass alone.
You've no right to talk to me like that.
Oh, I should go on my knees, should I? Well, you've had that, because I'll talk to you same way as I'd talk to any jumped-up little fancy piece. You might be in his bed, but you're not in his shoes and all. All right, eh?
Oi, Vera! What's all that about?
Don't ask.
Well, it was just something private, you know, not for you to worry about. Oh, Tarlo. 8 and a packet of crisps and all.
Yeah.
Ah, I'm just on the way over.
Do you mind if we go somewhere else rather than the Rovers?
Hey, well, I'm a bit pushed for time, you see. I said I'd be in Blackburn this afternoon. Well, why? I mean, don't tell me they're packed to the doors, because half that grub they've been putting out, well, I wouldn't believe you.
I'd just rather not go back to the Rovers, that's all.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. Come on, tell me.
It's just Vera Duckworth in there.
So?
So she seems to think I'm responsible for you telling her off this morning.
Has she been having a go at you, has she? What'd she say?
Nothing I want to repeat.
Right.
Where are you going?
I'm going to sort her out once and for all. She's not upsetting you like this, no way. She said this in front of everybody, didn't
She just came in while I was waiting, that's
Yeah,
all.
I can imagine. Well, I don't mind having a word with her in front of everybody either.
I don't want to go back in the Rovers, love, please.
OK. OK, we go somewhere else. I can always find if I need her, can't I?
You're not going to make things worse, are you, love?
Don't worry. I can handle things. Well, if I didn't need a drink before, I could do with one now. You look like you could do with one as well, eh? Come on.
Oh, hello. I didn't expect you. I said I made you some dinner.
Mum, I don't want out to eat. I want to tell you what I've done.
How do you mean?
I've tried to make it up with Gail, right? I have tried. Only she's not interested.
She's not interested, Bryan, because of what you're asking her to do.
Mum, I don't want to argue with you. I just want to tell you what I've done.
What?
I made another appointment to see that solicitor, and this time I'll be keeping it.
What you mean?
Yeah, to start divorce proceedings.
No, Bryan.
Yes.
Oh, no, no. God help us.
Well, I've told you. There it is.
Bryan! Bryan, why all the rush, love? Why can't you at least wait and see what happens?
Mum, let's not go through all that again, eh?
But divorce, Bryan. That means you're throwing your marriage away. I mean, what else is it? You're breaking your marriage vows.
No. It's just a way of finishing off what she started.
How are things at the sweatshop?
Not a bowl of cherries.
Oh, see, one of them sort of days, eh?
Oh, Mr. Baldwin gave Vera a dressing down for taking time off, which she hasn't taken in the best possible spirit.
I can imagine.
The awful thing is, I'm partly to blame for Mr. Baldwin finding out about Vera.
You?
No, I'm just keeping my head down and hoping the whole thing will blow over.
That's $4.90, please, love.
Right.
Afternoon, young man.
Afternoon.
Do you mind if I say something?
Depends what it is.
No, I always used to enjoy seeing you and your wife and your young son, you know. You always seemed a nice, happy little family.
Yeah, I think I do mind.
Yeah, no offence meant.
Listen, Percy, I don't want any lectures and I don't want any advice because I've had it up to here, all right?
No, all I want to say, if you'll allow me, is I was in the cafe this morning. Your wife was in there with a face as long as a fiddle. Now, I see you in here and you don't look that you're enjoying life either. I mean, is it worth it, really?
You know, if you were 20 years younger, I'd knock your flaming head off.
Now, there's no call for that sort of talk.
You know nothing and you understand even less. Now, keep your flaming nose out of it, will you?
I know that people that used to be happy together are damn miserable now they're apart.
Oh, go on.
No, I don't fancy bingo, Vera. I couldn't put my mind to it, love.
Well, you're not doing your Bryan any good, you know, turning into an hermit, going all miserable and that.
I just don't want to go, all right. Oh, hello, Mr. Bowen.
Yes.
Any problems?
No, I don't think so.
Good.
Oh, go on, kid. Look, if you don't go, you're spoiling my pleasure. Think of it like that.
Oh, there's something I've got to tell him, hang on.
Yeah, it was only a few weeks ago. Don't look as if his wife's carrying any more tales, then.
Yeah, well, she knows what's good for her, doesn't she? Do you know you've got to stick up for yourself in this world, or else folk will walk all over you?
Yes, Ivy?
Ridley's called, Mr. Baldwin. They said, would you give him a ring when you get back?
Will do. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea if there's one going.
I'll get you on it.
Oh, Ivy.
Yeah?
Tell Vera I'd like a word with her, would you? No, Harry, just whenever she's finished her tea.
Well, I'll tell her now if you like.
No. Let her enjoy a well-earned rest. Any time I do.
Hello, love.
Now, I'm just off to pick Nicky up from school. Then I promised Gail I'd give him his tea and sit with him till she gets back from work, so I don't know what time that will get to. She'll probably want a little talk anyway. So I've done you some sandwiches, all right. Now, they're in the fridge on the second shelf down, wrapped in cling film.
Right.
And there's a yoghurt if you want any pudding.
Yeah, well, I think I'll manage without that.
Honestly, I can see myself landing up as an au pair to my own daughter the way things are going.
Well, she'll be glad of all the help she can get, won't she?
Oh, yeah, and if she can't get it from her own family, then where can she get it from? Mind you, she's so independent. independent. She wouldn't let me lift a finger if I didn't insist.
And it's not going to get any easier neither, is it, once she's got a new baby to contend with as well as Nicky?
Yeah, well, just have to buckle to, won't we, Grandaddy?
Looks like it, aye.
See you when I see you.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, love.
I tell you, our life isn't our own anymore.
Oh, you'll survive. Just remember to take the cling film off your sandwiches.
Ivy said you wanted to see me.
That's right, Vera, I do.
Well, if anybody's been telling you that I've been nicking off again, well, they're lying, because I haven't.
I'm sure you haven't. But now you can't mention it. Who do you think told me in the first place?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Who?
Your wife.
No.
Well, it were her that saw me.
Yeah, but she didn't want to tell me in case you got into trouble.
Well, how did they?
I'm not going to tell you who did. That's over and done with. In fact, it was over and done with when I spoke to you yesterday.
Oh, well, then.
You're fired.
Eh?
You're sacked. As from this moment, you are no longer in my employment.
What are you talking about? You can't do that.
Can't I? You just watch me.
But why? I mean, what have I done? And like you said, that other business is over and done with.
It was over and done with until you saw Susan in our shop and then again in the Rovers and insisted on giving her the benefit of your great big gob.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was.
I don't care what you knew and what you didn't know. I'm not having my wife slagged off in public. Virtually driven out the pub by your insinuations. Oh, no. No, this time you've opened that great big gob of yours too often.
Oh.
And you're going to be sacked. And for that reason and for no other reason, that's why you're fired.
Come on, Mr. Baldwin. All right. Look, I'm sorry, but I didn't
You'll
think
be
it
paid till the end of the week. I'll have it delivered. I don't want you setting foot on these premises again.
Well, I don't think that's fair.
I don't care what you think. I know what you think. My wife knows. She's had it shouted to her across the pub. Now, go on, get out.
What do you mean right this minute?
Yes. Go on, keep moving. I want you to see you go straight through that door.
What's going on?
They sacked me.
Just pick up your things and go. There's no need for a discussion. And if any of your mates have got any ideas about solidarity, you can tell them I'd rather close this factory down before I have you back in it. Well, go on. Get on with it.
Well, the bad news is they only had one vacancy left.
And the good news?
We got it.
Oh, now that is good.
Yeah, but I'd spent half the day in the travel agency to get it, you know.
I thought that firm of yours couldn't survive without you.
It's all chaos at the moment. We're being reorganised.
Sounds painful.
Well, it is. That's why I'm keeping out of the way till it's all over. Hiya.
He hasn't even paper to see if it's all happened.
There hasn't.
Good.
Hey, I tell you what, though.
What?
If you find yourself talking to your Terry, you might remind him that him and Curly are 2 weeks behind with Renfort Yard.
Is that right?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Well, if I were you, I'd kick him out. Teach him a lesson.
Thanks a million.
You having trouble with them?
Well, they have just missed a time or two, and I didn't want to become a heavy. I thought if I had a word with Jack, that might be the easiest way of doing things.
Yeah, might be the easiest, love, but I don't think it's going to be the most effective.
No.
Hey, up. The worker returns.
She does. Look at my hands.
Oh, diabolical.
You know, I don't know why I do this job. Certainly not for the money.
Well, demand a raise.
You're joking. Have you tried to negotiate with her?
Well, she's a tyrant, is she?
She's terrible.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've just arranged to take her to the lakes in October, when you go to Abersock or wherever it is.
Oh, great.
You approve?
I do.
Good.
I'll second that.
Sacked your Vera.
Short of the door.
But why? What had she done?
Oh, don't ask me. It's got something to do with Baldwin's missus one way or another, but can I get the right story? Gary Eckers like. 1 minute she's calling him, then she's calling her, and then she starts having a go at me.
Why? What have you got to do with it?
Oh, no, but I just happen to be in the house, so she starts taking it out on me. Like, why do I never stand by her? Why do I never support her? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? She's gone and got herself sacked, so it's bound to be my fault.
Who's gone and got herself sacked?
There, Vera.
You mean that nice Mr. Baldwin's gone and given her the elbow?
Yeah, this afternoon. I mean, he can't just sack her like that, can he? How long's she been there?
He has had the best years of her life, that Mike Baldwin. Well, somebody has, I certainly haven't.
So what's caused this part of the ways?
I don't know, something to do with Mike Baldwin's missus. I'm begging if I can make a tale of it.
Ah, yes, well...
You thinking about this dinner time?
I am.
What is it? Go on, tell us.
Half a bit of love, please.
Right.
So when are you expecting your young man back from Southampton, then?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose when I see him.
His father married my niece, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes. He seems to have settled very well down there. It'd be nice for Kevin to be back in the bosom of his own family, so to speak.
Well, he's obviously in no rush to get back up here.
Well, he won't be, will he? They'll be showing him the sights. He'll be having a whale of a time.
37,
There it is,
please.
look, thank you.
Evening. Good evening, Emily.
Emily, can you give us the full story of what happened between my wife and your boss?
Well,
Is it because of what Vera said to his missus?
I think that had something to do with it.
I'm sure it had. She were going out to hammer and tongs in here this dinner.
Why can't she not learn to keep her big trap shut? She's going to have to see a doctor, you know, a specialist. There must be a name for what she's got. It must be a recognised disease where you lose control of your own flipping mouth.
Yes, love.
I'll have a pint, please, but...
Oh, I'm glad I've caught you.
Now what?
No, I don't want you to misunderstand my motives to what I was saying earlier in Counter Robert's shop.
Leave it, Percy.
No, I wasn't intending to criticise or cast aspersions, and the last thing I want to do is interfere between man and wife.
And don't.
No, but it's so obvious that neither of you is happy.
You want thumping? That's it, innit? You really want thumping?
Hey, hey! I've had enough shouting in here for one day.
I'll send her more.
74, please, Bryan.
Thank you. I'm going to keep that idiot away from me.
Look, you can't expect folk not to wonder what's going on, Bryan.
Oh, why?
Well, yes. I mean, they all know that you've left your wife, and they also know that she's expecting another kiddie.
Yeah? Whose?
Eh?
Whose kid is it, eh? Go on. Ask yourselves that before you all start sitting in judgment.
Whose? So now we know.